Hey guys, welcome back to BuddyRC. My name is Clay. This is the new studio, and let's talk about IRCHA 2024. So as you guys can see behind me, we have rearranged the studio a little bit, put some different things up and kind of just made it look a little bit more professional and redid some of the lighting. So hopefully everything looks good. Let me know down in the comments if you guys like this kind of setup. I really like the minimalistic type stuff to it, so it's not like too crazy looking in the background. But basically, we just redid everything, made it look a little bit more professional. As we just talked about, we went to IRCHA 2024, and it was an amazing event. This was probably one of the first times in the last probably 3 or 4 years that it's felt like an old IRCHA. You know, the amount of people that came out were great. The people that came out were great. There was really a lot of fun events that happened, which we'll dive into here in just a little bit. I'm gonna try to make this a quicker video because I didn't unfortunately get to film too much. I was in a booth all weekend, and luckily everything worked out because we ended up doing record sales for IRCHA. So this, I think we've only been going for 3 or 4 years, but this is the record year of IRCHA, which was really cool that it was the one that I actually kind of took over and did everything for. So hopefully everybody came out and got what they were looking for. Hopefully you got an M7 out there and you've built it and got it all flying. So, but anyway, on to basically kind of the explanation of things. So Thursday is when we kind of set up. I was setting up while people were walking in, unfortunately. So it was kind of one of those, I was trying to price things while people were walking in. So yeah, Thursday was a little hectic. So we set up on Thursday and got everything in the booth priced. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I was really, you know, trying to do this while people are coming up wanting to purchase things. It was awesome to see the enthusiasm you guys had for the M7 in person. And you guys got to, you know, see one in person or see actually Jonas come out and fly one, Jan that came out. He is an absolutely amazing pilot as well. That guy can do things with a 700 I didn't know were possible. So it was really cool to see the guys come out from the European team. So we had Lewis, we had Jan, and we had Jonas and Lewis as well. 2 Lewises, so it was kind of funny. But it was a lot of fun to have them come out, and everybody got to see some demos from them fly, like the Nexus on the M7 and just the M7 in general. With that being said, Thursday was amazing. It was really good sales for an opening day, basically, of an event. And then Friday came and it was amazing. This was the record day. This actually beat out basically all the other events that we've gone to in one day. It was crazy. We sold an insane amount of M7s. I think I brought 12 of them and I came home with 2. So 10 M7s in 2 days. Friday and Saturday, so you guys wiped them out as quickly as possible. It was awesome to see that. But yeah, you guys came out and it was a lot of fun. It was nice to meet most of you guys out there. A few of you guys were like, hey, I watch your guys' stuff, so it was really nice meeting you guys in person. So it was pretty cool. But Friday was one of the, I think, the better days because it was warm. Everybody was out flying. It was awesome to see that. But they were also doing some like little events here and there on Friday. So they did like a balloon pop, which was kind of interesting with a 200 size, like M2 helicopters. And they were basically, you know, you have to come up, hover, and try to pop them. They did a couple other events like that. Like they did I think this was on Saturday. We'll jump around a little bit, but this was on Saturday, but they took gallon jugs of water. They filled them up halfway of water, and then they would fly them, you know, they'd come up with their gear and actually snag it, go up and try to drop it onto a target. It was actually pretty cool to watch. Some of the pro pilots tried to do it, and it was very sketchy when they're trying to pick up basically a milk jug like this big with a 700 size helicopter. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they were doing like all these little events like that, and it just it kind of brought back the memories of old IRCHA, where you have like the best pilots in the world here, so you might as well have them go do a competition. Go, you know, they call it the go off session basically, and it was a lot of fun to watch that because our tent was actually right next to center stage, so we could actually just turn around and watch everything. It was pretty awesome. So yeah, with that being said, it was cool to see the go off session. Again, this was like old IRCHA vibes, because before they didn't really do this kind of stuff. They did the one competition, or not the one competition, they did the Battle of the Brands. That was kind of the time for everybody to go, you know, and show the best of the best flying together. But with this little go off session, they were doing like name tricks, go do it. And it felt like a skateboarding competition. It was cool. Like go do, you know, a tail slide, do your best tail slide, do your best auto. Everybody, you know, go up for 30 seconds, shut off your motor, and whoever lands last wins. It was pretty cool. But with that being said, like I said, Friday was a ton of fun. It was cool. I got a couple flights in. I only flew in the morning. That was all I had time for, unfortunately. So if you came by the booth and I was, you know, insanely busy, sorry, I apologize, but it was hectic on Friday. So Saturday came, and honestly, it was probably the more relaxing day of all 3 days that I was there. Basically, it was kind of, people needed parts. They weren't really buying kits at the time. They were just needing parts because they bought kits and they crashed them and they came back to get more parts, things like that. So it was pretty cool to have like a more relaxed day. So we got to watch a lot of the center stage stuff, which was awesome. So they actually ended up having a really cool idea. They did a figure 8 race with M2s and 200 size helis. It was awesome to see like 10, it was like 8, I want to say it was like 8 pilots came out. So they just had these big, you know, pylon racer type deals sticking out of the ground, and they had to go in a figure 8, and it didn't matter which way you went. You could go inverted, however, but as long as you were doing a figure 8, you could hit each other. I mean, it was cool. I don't think I caught anybody hitting each other, unfortunately. I didn't catch any destruction, but that's all right. So basically, this whole thing was going on, and it ended up going on forever because these are really efficient helicopters. They were all M2s and Logo 200s. So basically, they had to, you know, fly out their batteries, and it was absolutely crazy because they just, you know, were flying forever. So basically, all that happened. So I went over to Matt, and I was like, hey, can we, you know, cut it short a little bit and make them try to run into the pylons? It was pretty cool. He was like, absolutely, I love destruction. So he announces the first person to hit, and just worded just like this, the first person to hit the pylons wins. And we didn't, I said smack actually, he said smack. But first person to smack the pylons, worded just like that. First person to smack the pylons wins. And of course, the guy that won, he took it very literal and ran over while hovering and smacked the pole. So I had to give it to him. That was a smart move. So it was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, so we ended up donating an M1 Evo Bind and Fly, a shirt, and a hat to the winner. And he was so appreciative of it. So it's something he didn't have, which is cool. So I figured everybody's got M2s, so why don't we go with an M1 because it's the next best thing. So yeah, after all that, guys, it kind of calmed down finally. Got to do some flying with everybody on the team. I want to thank Ryan. He came out, Ryan Sams, he's on the OMP hobby team for the United States, along with William Ramsey. And then Rick Hayes, of course, on the BuddyRC team, G on the BuddyRC team. All these guys were helping in the booth, along with Doug, the guy that used to work with us here. He actually came out and helped too. So it was definitely really nice to have all these guys in the booth. All that knowledge, basically, I just had to check people out, and it was just hectic, that's all. So it was really nice. I didn't have to basically be the only helicopter guy there, so it was nice having all of them in the booth. So I want to thank all of them. And I really want to thank all the guys at IRCHA. Angel, which he was a huge help in this situation. I mean, it's crazy to think that this is not his job, like 100% job, or this is not his day job. So he was there working on like a website for everybody to go and register and do all this crazy stuff. So he helped everybody get registered. He is one of my favorite people to talk to. He is a very nice guy. He's a marketing guy, so it's a really nice guy to bounce ideas off of. And then Augie, of course, for taking care of being, you know, president of IRCHA and doing everything for IRCHA. So it's awesome to see these guys really bring it back. And of course, Bert Kammerer was out there, and he's on the board as well. And again, these 3 guys really helped everybody, you know, kind of go back to the old ways of IRCHA. So it was really cool to see all 3 of these guys come back and help out. You know, I'm sure they've been going to IRCHA for years. And it was really cool to see them step up. And I just want to throw a big shout out to those 3 guys. They absolutely killed it over the weekend. They held it together. Things were a little bit off schedule, but to be honest, it's first year problems. Literally, it's the first year they've done it. And it was really cool to see everybody out there enjoying themselves. They even had a fireworks show on Saturday, so it really felt like old school IRCHA. They did night flying competition and all that kind of, different events like that. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a quick video and thank them basically for everything they did. IRCHA's always had a place in my heart, and I've been going since 2008. So I'm now 29 years old, so I'm all old and washed up now, but basically I've been going since I was a kid and kind of grew up there. Every year I went to IRCHA, so it was really cool to see it come back. So I'm hoping for a even better one next year. So next year we'll definitely come back out because it was too much fun not to. So guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the new studio. Let me know if you came out to IRCHA and actually talked with me, because I'm terrible with names, so remind me, be like, hey, I was the guy that had the M2 or whatever. So I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later.